Patreon.com/shadesandtrades if you want to join the private Discord for trade alerts. Cool, thanks, man. I made over 50%. I'm really excited. Advice on when to buy and sell makes the difference of thousands of dollars. So again, Patreon.com/shadesandtrades for trade alerts. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ionq stock analysis video. Ionq, we have QBTS is having a QBTS, for those of you who don't know, is a quantum stock, and it is having an investor day coming up in early June. What does that mean? It means, if you guys haven't noticed, all quantum stocks, the majority, I would assume, I don't know about the cheaper ones, shittier ones, but a lot of the quantum stocks, they go up together and they fall together, right? You can see here QBTS 8% down, red day, right? So they tend to go up and down together. QBTS is having an investor day. If they release any kind of news, anything that could get excitement into the quantum sector, that's going to cause not only QBTS, but it could also cause other quantum stocks to surge higher. So look out for that. There's an upcoming potential catalyst coming up in June that could lead and send quantum stocks higher. So that's just something to keep in mind, right? Remember when I made an Ionq video telling you guys, hey, this is still undervalued here, down here at $30. Like, this is a buy. You know, when the quantum hype comes back, people are gonna pile in. Right? Nobody cared about quantum back when everything was crashing. Now everyone's like, oh my God, I want it. And it surged already from 25 to 60. So here we are yet again. Oh no, we're crashing. Oh no, it's over. And it's nothing more than a dip buying opportunity. So I believe this will be a buy under 50. If it goes under 50, just buy. If you want to be more technical, you wait for at least 47 to 48. That is where the 200 moving average is. That is where we also have I believe the purple line is around, the purple line is around $44. I think that's another key support level. So what I'm showing you here is we have a lot of support here. We have horizontal support here. We have horizontal support here. We got, the purple line and the white line here, like they're pretty close together. So what does this tell you? If we have all this support here between 41 and 49, I mean, how do you interpret this? This is a big zone. That's what this is. It's a big buying zone. Someone, probably big players, are holding this up between 41 and 49. Let me check. I think I could check analysis. No, that's not it. Is it here? Yeah, so if we look at the monthly time frame, you can see that the month of, is this April? No, let's check the weekly. Yeah, so the beginning of May and last week. There's just been a huge accumulation. You can see this big green candle down here. Look at that. Net inflow, 126 million. So XL here, someone with a lot of money has been piling on, and that is something to keep in mind, right? Like, they are, the big players here are supporting this stock between 41 and 48 is how I interpret this, especially with how much inflow from, the people who are putting in big orders, right? Because they're not retail, right? They got money where they can average down throughout the day and do it again the next day and the next day and the next day. Guys, I don't see how this, this is a classic buy the dip opportunity. You can't screw this one up. I believe that Monday we will drop to 50 and under briefly and then go sideways because we have Nvidia earnings, and Nvidia earnings is like the Super Bowl. So when Nvidia earnings is around, you need to just sit back and relax. I don't expect much until earnings for Nvidia, which is, I believe, Wednesday. So don't expect much Monday or Tuesday. If anything, we dip Monday, then sideways Tuesday, then Wednesday more sideways, and then we're going to finally get a move on the markets depending on how Nvidia performs. It doesn't even matter. Nvidia can get good earnings and still drop anyways. So yeah, so next week is just a sideways cautious week because of the Super Bowl event that is Nvidia's earnings. Unfortunately, it is a market mover. If you guys recall, in the bear market, everyone was like, oh my god, Nvidia is going to save us. Nvidia is going to beat on earnings and we're going to soar to the moon. And instead we tanked. So do not ever bet on a company saving you. Don't make that mistake again. But hey, if we dip even lower, I mean, that's just going to bring stocks down to the purple line, which is a huge, again, this whole range here, someone's supporting this at around in the 40s for some reason. Someone loves it in the 40s. They don't love it at 60, and they don't love it in the 40s. I mean, they don't love it at 20s. They are really very much supporting it here. I don't know how else to interpret this. It's not us, right? If retail had that kind of power where we could just buy a stock and send it up, from 25 to 60, then why don't we just come together and do it every day? Hey guys, let's send this stock let's buy Open Door stock, and let's buy SoundHound, and let's all buy together and let's send it to 100. Like, we don't have that kind of power. So someone with a lot of money, or a lot of people with a lot of money, are holding this very, very strongly at that 40 to 50 level. So this is a buy under 50 with a sell target of 60 short term, then 70, then 90, then 100, right? And these are real levels. I'm not just throwing random numbers out there like other YouTubers, right? We can go back in the past and we see that if we break above 60s, man, we go to 65, and then from there 76, and then 84. And then, I mean, if we go above 84, it's $100. That's like the $99 probably, because you know how it is. People sell before 100. They sell it like 99 because they're afraid that if it touches, they're afraid that it's not going to go to actually 100 and then just tank. So there you go. Those are your levels. If we break above 100, then I think 120. I mean, Rocket Lab hit 100, then hit 120, then finally, it hit 120s, I believe, right? Yeah, it hit, whoa. It hit 130s and then, pulled back. So 120s is what I would expect. I believe Ionq will hit 120 this cycle, and then we'll start tanking again. So, again, it's not a moonshot. We're not going to just moon straight to 120, right? You zoom out on the chart and you can see when it made that move from $6 to 52, it took, we can measure this, by the way. Yeah, it took 148 days. So, like 30, 60, 90, 100. Yeah, it took 5 months. Can't believe I had to do math like that with my fingers. That was an easy 30 times 5. But yeah, 5 months is what it took to make that big move. So I get that everyone wants the moonshot, but that's, yeah. If you want a moonshot, just buy options, short-term dated, and you'll find out real quick if you blew up or not. So... yeah, this run here we can measure this. Let me grab this. This huge pump here from lows took it took 212 days, right? So, and there's lots of dips on the way there. So, here, so far, it's only been 45 days. So we still got plenty of days to go to get to that target up there at 100 to 120. So there you go. I reiterate my sell target of 100 plus. But if you're looking for more short-term dated, feel free to sell at 60, 65, 70, and so on. And remember, you can make money on this flipping it over and over and over again as it goes higher, or you can just hold for the big swing to the big targets up at 100 plus. And the reason I say that is because, right, I'll buy and sell right away because I'm like, well, why not? Right? If it's a bull run, it's hard to lose because everything just keeps going up. Right? You can see that here, right? You could just keep buying and flipping, flip. You can literally flip every day here. You can buy here, hold a bag, and then it goes higher anyways because it's a bull run, and then you flip and flip. You just keep flipping on the way up, and you'll make a lot of money. Or you can buy and just hold and sell at some point, whatever your target may be. It's up to you. One requires being a little more active. The other one is a little more passive. You just buy and hold for your sell targets, and that's it. So it's kind of a matter of preference, right? All right, that's it for the video. If you're smart, you have two accounts. One where you flip Ionq on the way up, and one where you swing trade it on the way up, right? These are just cycles. You can see that. You'd have to be dumb to be not able to see it, right? Huge run, huge dump, huge pump, huge dump, and here we are, the pump part of the cycle. Everyone hates this part where we tank. Whereas when we're tanking, I love it because everything goes under that purple line, that sweet purple line, and we buy and accumulate, and then it goes up and we make our money, right? Rinse and repeat. That's all it is. You would have to be super, I don't know. You would have to be so brainless that you might as well not even be a human at that point. You might as well just, how do you even exist at this? I don't know. You're just a husk, and somehow you are able to go through life existing and accomplish things just with being a husk. Like, I don't know. It's very strange. I hope you're not a husk. All right. That's it. I'm done. I've said my piece. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.
Take my chance. Risk is managed. I let it dance.